So you can see here. So this is actually how our heart look like. Okay, so Tuan, today Tuan with me.
Yeah.
All right, you can open your mic. You can open your mic. I need one person. Okay, so today we're gonna discuss about the heart, and this is just we have to just know some about you. So I'm gonna tell you about how it's look like, how the general anatomy of heart, and we also talk about circulation, how the blood circulate. So now let's you can see here, this is the heart actually. Our heart look like this. So see here, this is a actually in heart there is a chamber. Okay, so it is just like a cabin. It have a four chamber, so keep in mind it have a four compartment in our heart, and heart is made up of which muscles? It is a heart muscle, that is cardiac muscles. Okay, remember that. And this muscles is only found in the heart.
Like.
And so now see here, so this you can see I'm just gonna show you this picture and describe you. See here, this is a this section, it is called this upper two sections, this one is called atrium. So one in the right side, one in the left side, so it is called right atrium, this is called left atrium. Okay, just remember. So this is called atrium. So we have two atrium and we have two ventricles. See here, one and two. So as well we have a right side, so it is called right ventricles, and on the left side that is called left ventricles. Even it is level already, so you can see here it is telling you it's a right ventricles and this is left ventricles. So this is all about the chamber, and obviously if you want to describe what is heart, then you should know about this is a hollow muscular organ which help to circulate the blood. Okay, this is only terms you have to remember. What it do, it just help in circulations, okay, of the blood. So this is about the chambers. And if we are talking about some vessels, so you can see here there is a vessels, number one vessels, see here, this is, and you can also see this is called a superior vena cava, right? And this superior vena cava, and this one it is called inferior vena cava. So this is blue labeled because it have uh, it can do is like it's gonna take all deoxygenated blood. We have a two type of blood, one is a oxygenated and another one is the deoxygenated. So what happened actually over there is uh, all the deoxygenated for the actually blood is always red. Okay, but the deoxygenated blood means lack of oxygen in that blood, and that blood look like a little bit darker. But when the blood is oxygenated, then that is a little brighter. So that one, that's a difference. But for more easy, what they do, they just make it blue means deoxygenated blood, and the red means oxygenated blood. So from like upper, like if you see here it is called superior, right? So like the body part, up parts like from your brains, right, and from your neck sides, all the blood is coming to your heart by the help of superior vena cava. This is the largest vein, and always we have two things, we have a vein and artery, and vein carry deoxygenated blood and the artery carry oxygenated blood. So now see here, this is a superior vena cava. It carry a blood from head, neck, and your chest. So it's gonna goes into your heart on the upper sections. But the deoxygenated blood's coming from your down, from your legs, abdomen parts. Then it by the help of inferior vena cava, and these two veins open in similar place, and this place is called right atrium. See here, this is the right atrium. And so this is the two this is the blue one is called the blue one is called the blue portion is called deoxygenated blood, and the red portion it is called oxygenated blood. So now see here, the blood is coming over here, and you can see here, and this part actually you can also divide into the half section. So this right atrium and the right ventricles carry deoxygenated blood, and by the help of this pulmonary trunk, it is called this, you can see here, this have a branches, the blue portion, this is called pulmonary trunks, and by the help of this trunk, what happens? The blood directly go to your lung, okay? And in the lung, what they do actually, they our lung, you know that our lung function is to take the oxygen from the outside and throw the carbon dioxide like an impure thing outside. So when you take a respiration, it gonna goes inside, and when you do the expirations, then it gonna goes out, that is a carbon dioxide. So you know the lung carry the oxygen, that's why the blood goes directly to the oxygen by the alveoli. The last portion of lung is called alveoli, okay, where the gases exchange, and they our lung make the blood pure. It's make because our all the like a bad blood, they just gonna deposit over there, and they deposit over there, and then what they do is just like take the oxygen on that vessels. So and then what happened? So over here I'm gonna tell you some tricky thing over here before let me finish the circulations. So watch it carefully. So you can see here these two things, this is called pulmonary right sided, like from the right side, and this is from the left side. So we have a two lung, right? So what happened, the left sided portion do their job, and the right sided do their job to purify the blood. When they done with the purifying, they this vein, it is a four, like see here, 1 2 3 4, that's gonna open only into the left atrium. So this portion is the left atrium, and in the left atrium the blood gonna be deposit, and this is a oxygenated blood, okay? Remember, this is a good blood that we need. Our tissue need a good blood, otherwise our tissue will be, it doesn't get any kind of energy, you can't walk or you can't do anything because of lacking energy, and to produce the energy we need a oxygenated blood, oxygen. So now see here, in this is your left atrium. In the left atrium what happened, the blood goes on the left atrium and finally enter into the left ventricles, and in the left ventricle it goes, and finally this is called the aorta, and this is a vessels actually. And in the aorta what happened, it gonna circulate whole the body, okay? So this is called aorta for the circulation, and this is all about the circulation. So what are we gonna do now, I'm gonna come to your course and let you explain how the course is telling you. Now see here, this person is telling like we're gonna talk about the upper chamber. Okay, so upper chamber means this person, right and left atrium. See here, this is called atrium. Remember, you need to remember this: atrium and ventricles. The upper portion, that is the atrium. So what happened in your upper chamber? Let's check it out. Now see here, upper chamber, right atrium, right, receive a deoxygenated blood from the superior and inferior vena cava. That I already explained you. And atrium receive oxygenated blood from the both right and left lung. See here, the blood is going to the lung from heart by the help of pulmonary trunks on the right and left. And finally, it is gonna be purified and receive and finally deposit into the left atrium. See here on the left side, this is also atrium. And now see here on the lower chamber, it's telling you a ventricle receive the deoxygenated blood from the right atrium by the tricuspid valves. And this portion is like a valve. Okay, when the blood's coming, until it is create a good pressure, then only they can go on the ventricle. So that is called, this portion is called tricuspid valve. It's kind of valve. Okay, if this valve is also over here, this is called mitral valve. Another valve is over here, this is called aortic, and this is called pulmonary valve. So now see here, receive the deoxygenated blood from the right atrium by the tricuspid valves and pump it out of the heart by the pulmonary artery to the right and the left atrium. So and another portion on the lower chamber is it's also telling you receive a oxygenated blood from the left atrium. See here, from the, this is oxygenated, right? On the left side, it have ability, like I mean to say, like the oxygenated blood become a deoxygenated blood become a oxygenated by the help of lung. And so the blood is coming from the lungs into your left atrium and finally goes to the left ventricle. See here their explanation: receive oxygenated blood from the left atrium by the bicuspid valves and pumps it out the heart to the rest of the body by the aorta. And when the blood comes from the left atrium, finally goes to your left ventricles. And the left ventricles, when there is a lot of blood, that's gonna be pumping. I told you the heart is a hollow muscular organ that's gonna help us to circulate the blood. Okay, so when it gonna be pumping, and that time it's only goes out, and that's gonna supply this portion, gonna supply our head and neck, like your brain, this portion. And when you can see here, this portion is going down, right? This is called descending aorta, this is called ascending aorta, and that's gonna supply whole body of the lower part and thorax, little bit portions. So that's how the circulation happen in our heart sections. And so now see here, this is another thing. We're gonna talk about now all the vessels, about the vessels which are helping to regulate the blood. You know, like we have vessels in our body which help to circulate the bloods. So in this section, what we learn, how it look like, and what are the from the larger to smaller artery and larger to smaller vein, we're gonna talk about over here. So now check it out on your course what is going on. So vessels of the circulatory systems are the aorta. So guys, what is your, if there is a questions, the biggest artery in our body, then remember that is called aorta. It is called aorta. And what is the biggest vein in our body? That is a vena cava. That is the biggest one. and that is all that's gonna be it's attached to the heart and help the blood to come inside the heart, that is called vena cava, and help the blood go out and circulate whole the body, that is called aorta. That is the function.
Oh,
now now see here. So in these sections, now just keep in mind, like I'm gonna just making half of this one. I'm just gonna talk about the aorta from the largest to smaller, how it look like. So now see here, I'm gonna start. This is your heart. It says actually not a heart, okay? And this is just somebody manipulate the picture, right? So I show you the heart, right? How it look like. So in these sections, you can see here, this is the aorta, and the aorta, as you know that aorta helps to regulate the oxygenated blood in our body, okay? So you can see here. So from the aorta, this is the biggest portion of the artery, and this one is going to be a artery. This is the smaller than the aorta, and this is arterioles. This is smaller than the artery, and finally it is called capillaries, okay? This capillary is the thinnest and supplying the bloods, and where again the circulation is started from the capillary. So this person is the taking the good bloods, okay? When it's come here, in our body, when they circulate, then they took some impure things and they become deoxygenated. Up to this portion, this is called oxygenated. When it comes to the capillaries, uh, till it's become already a deoxygenated. And in capillaries, see here the capillary portion, remember capillaries. In capillary, they will what they do. Now it's gonna the deoxygenated blood gonna be starting from here, and which is, you know, that which is carried by the vein. So the vein, the capillary will be the smallest things of aorta also and vein also. So this one is started on the venules. This is the smaller than the vein. Yes, and then it's become a vein, and finally the largest vein in our body, that's gonna deposit the blood in our heart on the right side, on the right atrium, okay? This vena cava. So these are the all deoxygenated bloods. It's coming to the heart, and when the heart purify it, it's again going to be started with the delivering from the aorta, and this circulation is the basic unit of your life actually. If this is happening, you are good. If not, then you are no more. So keep in mind. Okay, so now how, if you want to see how the capillary look like, you can see here. This is the capillary look like. It's just super tinier. See here, it have a both color blue and the red, because this is a portion that can, a red one, it's contain a good blood, and this contain a bad blood. Bad means deoxygenated, good means oxygenated blood, and you know that we need a oxygenated blood. If we don't have a good blood, then what happen? We can't work, because that's provide a energy. There is more complications, so many. So keep in mind that one. This is how you can uh, see. Now see here, we're gonna talk about the only atrial system, and I told you there is a two type of thing in our body for the vessels, artery and vein. Artery carry the oxygenated, vein carry the deoxygenated. Now we're gonna talk about atrial system. So atrial system consists of the aorta and arteries, and arterioles wall of the artery are formed by the three layers, right? This wall is formed by the three layers. So I'm now see here, and that's function is carry oxygenated blood, that is oxygen rich blood, from the heart to the body. So that is the function of artery. Okay, always remember, artery carry oxygenated blood and vein carry deoxygenated blood. And there is a two exceptions I'm gonna tell you about, so don't confuse on that one. For right now, you just see we are talking about the atrial system. So now see here, this is this portion is if you cut your artery, and it have a three layer actually. So they are describing that when you cut the artery, then it gonna have a three layers. So that layer, the first layer, it is called from the from the outside to inside. See here, it is, that's why it is called outer, and that's why in the middle and the inner. So if you want to see from, if you cut the artery, and you can see there is a three layer, and the first layer, it is called tunica adventitia, outer tunica adventitia. You need to remember this word, okay? It is easy, only this one adventitia you need to remember, and tunica. In the middle is the tunica media, in the inner is the tunica intima. So this is how it's look like. And the blood follow to the, and this layer they're gonna ask you, so please remember this one. The blood follow to the organ start by the aorta, receiving oxygenated blood from the heart, right? The blood flow organ start by the aorta and receiving oxygenated blood from the heart. Next, the aorta further narrow into the artery, and the artery further narrow. I told you, like it's gonna be a, it's like when it is coming from your heart, the artery is bigger, right? That one it is called aorta. And when it is going circulate your whole body, then it's become like a smaller, and it is named. So aorta will be the big one, then artery, and atrials, then there will be a capillaries. Okay, so that's how it's look like. So capillaries, now see here, the capillary arteriole further continue to the capillaries. Capillary function to provide oxygenated blood and nutrient to the organs. Now see here, so like when the blood is coming from your heart by the help of aorta, circulating whole over the body, so finally it goes to the capillaries, and that provide oxygen to our oxygens and nutrients. You know that like in our blood function is helping the tissue survive, and it have all component like a glucose, vitamins, everything, and our tissue need it, and these blood vessels help us to survive our tissue. So that's gonna goes to the particular cells and collected deoxygenated, and then what happened after like providing all nutrient to the cell, then cell also have a like a like a impure thing, right? And impure thing gonna be taken by the vein, and deoxygenated blood waste from the organs, and it's look like, see here, so the blood is coming here, and this is the yellow portion. You just consider this is your cell, that's gonna providing, this portion providing all nutrients, and this portion taking all the impure things which are in your cell. Okay, we have a trillion of cell in our body. Okay, so it is just one portion enlarged and showing you. So after the exchange has occurred at the capillary level, the capillary continue itself into the venule, and the venule is the smallest vessels of the venous system. Venule further continue into the vein. The vein finally end up into the vena cava. So see here, this is talking about these portions and finally going to the heart. So superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The vein cava bring out deoxygenated. If you see it is a vein, just remember that's carry a deoxygenated blood. If it is artery, remember it's carry a oxygenated blood. Now see here, so I'm talking about some exception thing, right? So there is only two things which is exceptions. So don't confuse. If you want to write, just write it. First thing is, if you see a pulmonary vein, that means don't think that it is a vein that carry a oxygenated blood. Oh sorry, it's a carry a deoxygenated blood. Don't think, because I told you it's like a vein, but there is a exceptions. Always there is a exception. If you see vein, obviously you're gonna say these are, it contain a bad blood or deoxygenated blood. But only there is a one exception, that is called pulmonary vein, right and left pulmonary vein, which carry good blood. So that will be your exception, and that's gonna be your questions. So remember that. And another one is the, in the case of artery, if you see, I told you artery contain a oxygenated blood all the time, but there is a exception, that is called pulmonary aorta, right? And the pulmonary aorta is look like this. See here, I'm talking about this portion. I'm talking about, if you see this portion, it is called pulmonary vein, right? See here we have a 4 pulmonary vein, and this is red because this is, it carry a oxygenated blood. But this is even a pulmonary aorta, it although carry a deoxygenated blood. So these are exception in the case of artery and vein. So now see here, this is a two portion, that is this one is called vasodilation and vasoconstriction. Okay, so vasodilation refer to the increase in diameter of the blood vessels. So dilation, if you want to do some dilations on your vein, that is called dilated, relaxed. So that means increased diameter of that vessels. So that means there is a more blood supply, right? And constriction means decreased diameter of blood vessels. Keep in mind that one. These two terms, vasodilation means dilation, constriction means constriction. If you want to see decreased diameter, increased diameter. So this is two term over here.